You learn that when you work so hard to get something, you're not going to just settle for mediocrity. You're gonna feel bad. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk a little, just like super briefly, about settling and how you should never settle for anything in life, right? Whether it's your job or whether it's for a significant other. So today I want to list out some of like the things that I consider being self-aware, right? Like if you're self-aware and if you know the things that you want out of life, you're never going to settle. You won't start accepting mediocrity in your life. And I think that's super important when it comes to, my charcoal's out. When it comes to just like, you know, wanting the best. So never settling comes with attracting what you want. Make sure that you're attracting what you want, right? Like, so if you want to date someone who is super successful, then you might want to start working on how you're going to become successful to attract that, right? Attracting what you want is definitely like the number one rule, and then becoming what you want, right? So you have to become that person. You just can't wish and dream and think like, oh, I want this, I want that. And then all of a sudden you're like, why am I not getting it? Because you haven't worked at it, right? Like you have to be able to work at the things that you want. So with that comes with accomplishing your daily tasks, doing the things that you have to do to basically make sure that you're attracting what you want. You learn that when you work so hard to get something, you're not going to just settle for mediocrity. You're gonna feel bad. About self-awareness that I like is if you're aware of what you want, who you are, and the things that you want out of life, there's no way that you'll settle. Another thing that I really like is I like to set high expectations, right? So with my goals come high expectations. If I have a goal to meet by an X amount of days, I know that I have to set these super high expectations and work at it every single day, right? When you start setting high expectations for yourself, you won't even consider settling for less, whether it's a salary, whether it's a career, whether it's a significant other, whatever it may be. It could be something so simple as the meal that you eat that day. One of the most important aspects of never settling comes with setting high expectations. So your first goal is to attract what you want, and you attract what you want by becoming what you want, right? So by becoming that person, you are going to naturally force the universe to move mountains to attract whatever it is that you've set your mind to, because remember, thoughts become things. If you're more like on the spiritual side like me, you'll also understand that the things that you think about, the things that you pray about, God will make those things happen for you, right? So one thing that God loves to do for us is he loves to bless his children. But in order for him to bless us, we have to bless his children. So what good deed have we done today, right? I always say one good deed a day. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. I mean, me sitting here and just giving you guys the knowledge that I have, funneling that information is me doing a good deed. Whether it's giving money to a homeless citizen that you're seeing down the street, whatever it may be, you know, giving money to homeless people, or whether it's helping people through advice, or whether it's mentorship, whatever you can do to help someone, I definitely say do it, because one good deed goes a long way, and karma's huge, right? So I like to say, when it comes to never settling, you won't even think about settling. You won't even think about settling if you're truly setting high expectations, attracting what you want by becoming what you want, and last but not least, surrounding yourself with success. You have to surround yourself with people that think identically like you. think identically like you and that also have the same goals and visions. But I like to also be around people who have different views than I do, right? We might be on the same path to spirituality, to success, to career, to health, to fitness, but we may not necessarily have the same political views, religious views. We may not necessarily have the same values, but we both have values that we hold dear to ourselves. And I think that that's what's important when you're surrounding yourself with success. It doesn't necessarily have to be around people that think like you, that are robotically the same as you. I think it's good to have an array of friends, people who have different points of views. For me, for instance, I'm a little bit more on the conservative side, but I do have friends that are more on the socialist side, and I like to gather ideas and see what their point of views are in life. And at the end of the day, even though they might have a different point of view than I do, these people are still on the same path to success. They're working at bettering themselves every day. They're working at maintaining their health, their fitness, and just always, setting goals and working at those goals. That's what really matters. It doesn't matter, who's a Republican, who's a Democrat. The man-made things in life are super minuscule, right? When you start reaching different levels of success and wealth, those type of minuscule conversations just start flying out the window, and we start talking about, all right, what's the next move for today? What property are we looking at? Where's the next hottest Airbnb city in America? These are the types of conversations that you want to be having with your circle, not about things that really are pushed by the mainstream media, right? The mainstream media is always trying to distract us. So if you fall in the gap of news and media, you'll just end up, being like the masses. So always try to elevate yourself, take yourself out of, the darkness that you may be in, if that's how you're feeling. I definitely think that being able to connect with people who are on the same path to success is one of the key ingredients to never settling for less. So yeah, when it comes to just working at yourself, I definitely think that, just make sure that you prioritize what's important to you. Never compromise your values. Don't compromise your morals for anyone. When you start really working hard every single day, when you start grinding, putting in the work, you're just gonna laugh at it. You're gonna laugh at compromise. You're gonna laugh at settling, because why should you settle for something when you know that you've put in the work? If you put in the work, the universe will move mountains to bring everything that you want into your life. And I stand firm by that. Whether it's, the universe that you believe in, whether it's God, it really doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you've set your mind to something, you've accomplished those goals, it's guaranteed. That's my quick tip for the day. Sorry that this was so short. I'm just having coffee and just enjoying some frankincense here. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just make a video about never settling, never allowing yourself to compromise, especially when you've put in the work. There's no reason to compromise, right? I saw an Eartha Kitt video one day, and it was compromise? Me? Why? It was just hilarious, and that's how I feel, right? Now, if you haven't put in the work and you're sitting here, you're dreaming for things, and you just have been laying in your bed all day, then maybe it is time to compromise. But this applies to those who've put in the work, who've decided their goals, who've set their expectations, who've surrounded themselves by successful people that are on the same path as them. Always remember that as long as you set your mind to something, you'll always accomplish it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.